Welcome back to Everything Bullpup. Howdy y'all, welcome to Everything Bullpup. Today we are talking about, obviously, these things on the table. We're talking about shotguns today, but just to be clear, we have the Glock 47, it is clear, no magazine. We have the Maverick 88, it is clear, nothing there. We have the BP12, it is clear, there's nothing in the magazine, nothing in the chamber, right? We'll just show everybody that just to be safe. There we go. And then this guy that we're not going to talk about just quite yet, it is fresh out of the box, it is clear, we'll show that as well. But it came from the gun store, so they made sure it was all good to there. What we're talking about today is shotguns, specifically Bullpup shotguns, of course, because it's Everything Bullpup. But I have a conundrum, because I want to go 3-gunning, and when I want to go 3-gunning, if I want to use the BP12, because of this guy right here, this box magazine, just because this is $500, means that I'm going up against other shotguns in the open division that are well over $1,000. They're all tricked out and everything. People are running skeletonized ARs that are all tricked out. They're rocking race match quality pistols that are up in the $1,000 or more, right? So I don't really want to compete against the other people in open. I would like to get down into like the limited, or in my case, because I want to run, kind of get some training with it too, I want to run my optic on my pistol. So I want to get into modern optics. In modern optics, I need a tube-fed shotgun, which means that I could use one of these, or a semi-auto version, right? This is tube-fed. This has a nice small barrel, which I like to have on, I'm going to be comparing it to Bullpups today. And so it needs to be tube-fed. That is where this comes into play. This is a Hatsan Escort Bulltac. Look at that, that is so pretty. It is right out of the box. So much so this doesn't even have a charging on it yet, right? The charging handle. Ah, it's windy out here. That's a great video. All right, so in this little box right here is a sling. Ooh, it has Escort on it, that's fancy. And then our little dilly bobber here. And I don't know which side we're gonna put it on. I'm gonna start on this side because that's what I'm more used to. I'm used to charging with my right hand. I wonder if this has a QD point on it. Let's take a look at it. This is straight out of the box. Obviously, we've never opened it before, so this is all kind of new. And I don't have a whole lot of experience with shotguns. ARs and stuff. ARs. I got more experience actually with ARs than I do pistols. Isn't that funny? It does have a QD. Look at that. We're going to throw that on, especially for all the testing today. Now we do have our manual in here. We want to check out that manual later because we're just going to try to run it as is, right? There's all the preservative and stuff. I'm going to throw a little bit of oil in the bolt in the action, and then we'll go from there. We're going to throw this QD on right here. There it goes. Yay. Now we have a sling. So here it is. Look at that. Okay, so it locks the rear. We have a safety that is side safety. Obviously this charging handle can go back and forth. This little aperture right here can flip up and down. We have a fiber optic front on here. Now we can take this off. Eventually I think we're gonna take a look at taking this off. I can mount a red dot and probably take the one off the BP12 and put it on here. But if I can get lower on it, I think I will. It has a cheek rest, but I don't think we need that. That lines up pretty good right off the bat. And I have the U aperture on here versus the round AR aperture. And we'll leave it just like that, I think, for right now. As far as the sling, let's actually use the charging handle. Dressar Martinez would kill me for that. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, I dig that quite a lot. Cool. Okay, so I like the sling. The sling's on nice. That is pretty cool. One thing we want to look at is our weights and dimensions compared to a traditional shotgun with a security barrel, our BP12, and our Bulltac here, right? So we have our measuring tape. We're going to do the standard one. Going to kind of eyeball it down the length of the weapon. This is 38¼ inches long, and our barrel itself is right at 18 because it ends right here. Now the BP12 is 31 inches muzzle to butt pad. And our chamber that starts right here is right at 20. So a 20-inch barrel on the BP12. And then the Escort Bulltac semi-auto is 28 inches. And our barrel starts right there, and it is right at 18 inches. So those are the difference between the three weapons. All right, so what we're gonna do now, we just saw how long they were. Now we're gonna weigh them, because that's a big thing with the weapons. And we're gonna go trad first, and we're gonna see, this thing is really light. I'm gonna try to barely hold it at all and try not to muck up how heavy it is. So just off of my rough guesstimate weight, we got, looks like it's looking 5 pounds, 11 ounces on the trad. BP12 feels a lot heavier right off the bat. Yeah, so this with the empty magazine in is 9 pounds, 11, 12, 13 ounces. And then the Bulltac, I got, again, everything is just loaded or is empty. This is looking at 7 and 14 ounces. So that's our weights on all of them. One of the criticisms on the Bulltacs from Hatsan is that, especially on the others, is that some of these pins want to work themselves out. But so far I'm seeing that's a screw, screws, looking pretty good thus far. We'll see what this does right out of the box. I'm gonna lube up the bolt a little bit because that's reasonable. I really don't like the reviews where people just take them right out of the box and try to shoot them and then are like, oh, it fails to eject and it's not running right. Well, you took it straight out of the box, dude, like, come on. So we'll lube it up a little bit and then see how it runs. Obviously we haven't broken it in. That's what we're trying to do a little bit today. The BB12 took 100, 120 rounds to break in properly, and now it runs pretty solidly, no more than any other shotgun does. And so we're gonna see on this. As you can see, all we're shooting is just cheap Walmart ammo. This is Game and Target. It's 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch, 1200 feet per second, 8 shot, right? That's what we're gonna load up with. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get the sling on as of this moment, the range is hot. And we are gonna load up. The sling is actually quite nice. It's like a, the bolt was forward. Or bolt was to the rear. So the sling is nice actually. I dig it quite a bit. There's a QD on it. You can tell it's not the best sling in the world, best QD in the world, but it's not horrible. I'm a personal fan of the wolf hook anyway. I used to rock that on my M4 all the time. I dig it. So that was 5. Yeah, it will not take 6. My glove is caught in the dealy bobber here. There it goes. Woo! Be a nice blooper. So it won't take 5, or it won't take 6 in the plug. It'll take 5. Loads. Oh yeah, dirty ammo, woohoo! You know what we didn't do? We didn't lube it up. Oops. All right, gonna take his Hops 9. Kind of generously. Get it in here a little bit more. There we go, get it on that bolt face a little bit more. At this point, I don't know if I'm gonna put one on the gong, just see what happens, and then we'll put the rest down range. So, ain't no better way to do it than to do it. Range is hot. We're good? Good again? That was 6. Flawlessly out of the box. Got some lube on it, but hey, that's That's doing pretty damn good right there. I don't know if you could really be too mad at that. Let's do some more. Another flawless run. It's doing pretty damn good right out of the gate. This is our third iteration, right? 6. So it just runs thus far. I mean, I'm kind of abusing it a tiny bit, especially straight out of the box. We haven't cleaned it for anything. We just put some lube on the bolt. And that was that was 18 without a flaw thus far. Just general target loads, right? So that's pretty cool as of right now. Recoil. I don't think it's any worse than any other shotgun, honestly. I'm curious to see that recoil impulse compared to the BB12. I haven't shot the BB12 in a while, so we'll see how it goes here. Okay, BB12 ready?
Yeah.
I don't feel the difference in recoil at all between the two weapons, between the BP12 and the Escort. No difference at all, really. God, this just feels so long compared to the Bullpups. It's weird what you get used to. Oh, he has this one blocked. All right, well, regular. Now this, I should say, this is a pump. So this is not semi-auto. So the kick on this, even with these target shells should be fairly more significant than the other two. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot more violent than the others, for sure. So that being said, I really be digging the Bulltac. That's cool. This is already loaded up. She just runs. That's all she does. That is awesome. That is quite cool. I think when we're 3-gunning, because I don't have any shotgun caddies or anything, we're going to have a dump pouch of shotgun shells ready to go, and we'll reload just like this. This is not bad, as long as I keep it 180 downrange. All right, so let's see, what can we do now? I think we'll hit that plate. We'll step back a little bit. Now that's interesting. This guy is moving. Take an alley key and tighten that up. We are about double the distance, so we're at least 15 meters out. Right. I was gonna put a bunch of rounds through her today just to help with the break-in. So, I mean, and she's running flawlessly. I don't really see a need to just put rounds through it just to put rounds through it, because breaking it in, that was the point, but she's running like she's already broken. So I have 3 slug rounds, and I wanna move that target out, and we're gonna go at 50 and then a little bit longer and see what happens. Because why not?
Okay, so the audio cut out, and I'm not sure why, but this is 25 yards, and you can see it hits a bit low right. I was aiming center mass. This next is 50, and we hit it. And once we go up and look at it, you can see it hits that low right. And I'm aiming at the top of the black there. You can see where it hits.
So we hit the 25, we hit the 50, we're gonna try to hit the 100. Let's see how this goes. We have 1 slug round left, so let's just see. We're gonna aim a fair bit high. I'm Kentucky windaging it. Dun, 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 dun. We're gonna aim right about there. Hiya! Get my 80s rock band power stance. Woo! So I Kentucky windage that, and that was, we're locked to the rear, we're on safe, range is cold. So that was 100 meters, and I Kentucky windaged it. So that means I didn't go the whole spread of the bar, I went about double that. So what is that? 1.5 feet, 2 feet. So another 2 feet above that from here. So 4 foot high. And that is something that we could just adjust on the dealy bobber here. So when I go 3-gunning with this, I think I'm just gonna leave it as is, especially for right now. I will be putting a red dot on it eventually, but what I want to do is take this carry handle off. I really don't care for it. I don't care for the looks. I don't care to have a carry handle. Okay, yeah, it has some Picatinny stuff on here, but I don't care about that. I want to get a red dot on it, and I want to get the red dot lower. Especially with this thing hitting at 100 yards like that with a slug. That's wild. That's cool as hell. And I'm really impressed. Okay, so we just hit the target at 100 yards. I'm pretty stoked about that. We've already unboxed.
Coffee in it or no?
Yeah. So we already hit the target at 100 yards, and I realized I didn't do my whole disclaimer at the front. Obviously I said everything was safe, but I'm Roger. This is Everything Bullpup. And coffee, not that I'm sponsored by Dutch Bros, but I like Dutch Bros. And since I don't get paid by anybody, I can say whatever the hell I want. So coffee time. In any case, to talk about these weapons a little bit. Obviously, I have the BP-12. That is a Panzer Arms BP-12. They are probably the more expensive bullpup shotgun on the market. But honestly, like, they do a good job. So how could you really be mad at it? They are a little more expensive. Originally, I said in other videos, I was gonna get the Tokarev TBP, which is, you know, they're all pretty much the same when they come out of Turkey like this, but that Tokarev is a lot cheaper. It doesn't have the barrel shroud, just has a straight barrel on it, but it has all the new technology, right? It has chokes, it has adjustable gas, and you can find it on sale, PSA, for about 200 bucks. This I spent 270 on sale from PSA, and really the reason being is that I want tube fed, right? Another YouTuber, I forget his name, it's like Big Baller, I think, something like that. He's a good dude, right? And he did some of the original reviews on this, especially with the shotgun form and then with the SA, with the semi-auto. And he breaks down that you can take this whole thing apart, and there's a way to get 6+1 in here. That'll be another video that I'll be doing as well, with a lot of his help and his videos, basically. But this is the Hatsan Escort Bulltac SA. And it's out of Turkey, and I mean, thus far, you saw it, picture, or the proof is in the pudding. It runs good. I lubed up the bolt, and that's about it. I thought, full disclosure, I thought I'd have to come out here and take it out of the box and try to put some rounds through it, and it wouldn't work, and we'd have to do a teardown video, take this thing apart, clean it. It's kind of nice because the weather's kind of not great. I mean, it's nice and sunny, but it's pretty windy out here, so that was kind of going to be a pain with the manual and all that. To my pleasant surprise, she ran like a champ, and that is cool. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think right now, as far as the charging handle goes, on one side or the other, you know, I think personally, I'm trying to get used to with the BP-12 having to drop the mag and stuff here and let it go. But this, once you rack it, that's what I'm finding this far with the semi-auto like this, with the tube fed. Another nice byproduct, another nice little thing about it is that you can load your shells. You can put one in here, let it go, and then load from here, right? Over and over again. And then you can come up and it's ready to go again, right? Safe, boom, and away we go. So once you put rounds in it, because there's no bolt release anywhere else, it's like a normal standard shotgun right here. I find having this charging handle on this side, it's more what I'm used to with ARs and rocking them this way. I don't know, it just works. I don't feel the need to change the manual of arms too much. I like that. I'm becoming more and more of a fan as we do this. The safety being a pass-through like that, whatever you want to call it, I find it's close enough to AR that I don't really have an issue with it. I kind of almost like it more, if I'm being 100% honest, because like on the BP-12, the lever is really, really small, and so it's hard to actuate. I find actually I'm having to go over here on the BP-12, whereas this, it's really nice actually. I dig it a lot. So it's on safe. Trigger, let's talk about the trigger. Right now, right, we're clear. Let's go safe, and let's let's get up close and let's listen for this trigger and see what happens, right? We're going. There's a bit of a wall. Mush, 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 mush. So the trigger's not great, which is pretty standard for bullpups, but it's also a shotgun. I mean, it's nice and smooth. It's nice and light, I'll say that much, but there's not much of an advanced notice of when that thing's gonna go off. So, I mean, I'm not a trigger snob as it is, so that's just kind of a grip it and rip it kind of thing. It's nice that it's light though, because as you just keep depressing, it goes. So, that's not bad. It is consistent. It's the same way every single time. So if you can get that muscle memory down, and it's not much travel, you see that? Look at how much travel that is. That's not bad. Again, I'm not a trigger snob though, so you know what? I like this. I like it more than the BB12, for sure. If I'm being 100% honest. Just the manual of arms and how it goes. If I ever get good enough to start running in the open division, we'll see how I feel about that. So that's the Hatsan Escort Bulltac SA in 12 gauge. It runs good right out of the box, a little bit of lube, and away she goes. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Like and subscribe if you think it's worth it. I'll be cranking out videos, especially now the weather's getting a lot better. There'll be more and more videos coming out. And I appreciate all the support, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good one.